to begin the year, we've seen a massive pop in story and headlines about quantum chips, quantum computing, quantum this, quantum that. Do you see the quantum side of the industry, which some are saying is still 15, 30 years away, being a new factor for the internet and maybe how fast or the AI technology and everything that we've been talking about today?
Oh, wow. I had hoped you would bring this up because I think it is such an interesting space. And, I'll go back. Our team does a wonderful job at really trying to look from a first principles perspective of how this is going to shape or when is this technology ready? A lot of our research is focused on, is this now the time for this type of technology? And this may be counter to what many in the market believe, and especially what we're hearing from companies like Google and Microsoft that are looking at this space. Google's introduction of Willow and everything that they've put out into the market that really spiked this excitement. We actually have a slightly bearish take on that this is, from a commercial perspective, not going to be ready for the next 10 to 20 years. So for us, from a commercial perspective, quantum isn't yet that interesting.
Interesting enough, right there. So, in your view, in the firm's view, what does the next generation of the internet really look like? Maybe we dive into a few additional subsectors that we haven't talked about yet.
Yeah. I would go back to the three, terms I threw out in the beginning: convergence, immersion, and convenience. I think when you look at the internet and what is happening, you look at all of these different platforms, whether it's in the gaming space, whether it's in social media, whether it's on the enterprise side, you're starting to see these larger companies begin to roll up individual solutions and solutions that were built by single companies. They're now taking those solutions and embedding them in platforms. And so if you're an investor looking at this fund, you'll notice that a large portion of the exposure you have are platform companies. It could be platform in the music space with Spotify. It could be platforms in the gaming space with a company like Roblox. It could be platforms like Meta in the social media space. And we think platforms are extremely important because they often deliver more value than they take in. I think, that's a famous quote by Bill Gates. If you're truly a platform, you end up producing more for individuals on top of the platform than the platform ends up having itself. And so we really focus on platforms. We don't want to get stuck in a space. I'll give another example because it's a top position in this fund, Roku. Roku is a platform for the connected TV space. It's not a singular app like Netflix or HBO. Those are actually supported by the platform that Roku has for the connected TV space. And so I would think, when investors go and look at this fund, keep that in the back of your mind because that's really how we're trying to approach the internet, because platforms help pioneer the future of everything that we're talking about today.
Past performance is no guarantee of future results. Content is offered for information purposes only. Unless stated otherwise, any and all individuals participating in the video are third parties that include both professional investors and individual investors who may not be licensed or certified by any institute or regulatory body. Unless stated otherwise, the views or opinions expressed may not reflect those of Seeking Alpha as a whole. The accuracy and completeness of content shared cannot be guaranteed. Seeking Alpha does not take account of your objectives or financial situation and does not offer any personalized investment advice. Seeking Alpha is not a licensed securities dealer, broker, U.S. investment advisor, or investment bank.